Hi gardening friends, welcome to Tea Time Tuesday. I'm switching it up a little bit today. I'm going to talk about making a comfrey poultice, how I do it. And I grow my comfrey. I buy the root from Mountain Rose Herbs, but my comfrey leaves I grow. So I would like to go over, well, first of all, why I'm using a comfrey poultice. I have DeQuervain's tendonitis in my wrist. And I've had it for about 6 months now. And they would like to do injections or surgery. And I've been treating it with comfrey, infused comfrey oil, and some biofreeze, eucalyptus, and or licorice root tincture. But now I like to use the poultice because it really, over 2 hours I keep it on, and it really helps heal deep down. This wrist I fractured, and I used comfrey poultices right from the beginning, and it healed well. So my supplies for today are saran wrap, actually Aldi wrap, and some tape of some kind. I use paper tape because that's what I use for my paintings. And then an Ace bandage. And then comfrey root. Now I buy the root, like I said, from Mountain Rose Herbs, and I ground it myself in a coffee grinder. Messy, time consuming. So from now on, I'm buying the comfrey root from Mountain Rose Herbs also. So I'll buy the root and the leaf from them. The leaves I grow. I grow the plant, so I use my own leaves. I like them a little fresh, only dried for maybe 5-6 hours, so some of the moisture is out. If it gets too watery, then it gets messy, so a little dry. Then I have a little Cuisinart. A bullet or a ninja would work excellent. But I like, then you have a big machine to clean. I like this because I'm just making one poultice. And then some water. Warm, semi-hot, warm. Doesn't matter. Cold, it just would lump if it's too cold. So what I did ahead of time is I took my comfrey leaves and I just chopped them all up just with a scissors in a container. Put the chopped up leaves and to fill about 1.5 cups. 1.5, 2. I'm going to be doing from my thumb pad up my arm a little, up my wrist a little. So if you have any leftovers, you can refrigerate it and I'll reapply it tomorrow or the next day. So in making a poultice, you want to use enough liquid to make it into a good paste. And it's very hard to keep it on a joint because I'm putting it on this side and then I'm putting it here and here. So don't laugh too hard if I'm trying to keep it on until I can get the saran wrap on. So I already ground this. It's wet. I put in, oh, I know what I have to tell you. I put in 1.5 cups of comfrey leaf, but then I put in 2 tablespoons of comfrey root. And then I used about, I'd say I'd start with 1/4 of a cup of water and then turn your blender on. And if it is shiny, then it means shiny and mushy, it means it's ready. If there's too much moisture in the bottom, then just either pour it off or add some more root. This root is very concentrated, so it acts almost like a cornstarch or a flour. I think, in fact, some of the videos I watched, instead of using comfrey root, which is more powerful than the leaf, they were making a poultice out of leaves only, and they added flour to make it more paste consistency. So it's okay. probably organic flour though. I would go that way. They even use bentonite clay for a thickening agent too. But I chose lots of comfrey root, comfrey leaf, and water. Okay, that's okay, honey. See, it's like pretty thick, and it's going to stay in your hand for a while. So I work it, and yeah, can you see how mushy it is? Now this probably, you see that stem? You don't have to use the stems. Didn't get ground up, so it's hard to form on your hand. If it was on something that isn't curved, it would stay better. Okay, so I start doing this. Now you have to excuse me, this is gonna take a little time, and you know I don't edit, and I don't know how to edit, so I'm gonna try to do this in real time. And Dave's being patient, he's my camera guy today. Have any of you used Comfrey? It really is. I don't take it internally, but I do use it for this type of thing. So you can see that my pain starts about center of my hand. So I'm going a little farther. Did you see? I want to show you what I did. I'm keeping water on the side here. So I want to keep it, I'd say shiny. Can you see how it got shiny? Just a little bit of water. It helps. Comfrey is very mucilaginous, very slimy. That's what makes it healing. So when I add water to it, it brings that out. So now I'm going to go around my wrist. And how thick do you? It doesn't have to be very thick. I'd say, can you see how thick it is right here? Quarter inch maybe. Can't see it, that's okay.
Don't move around so much so
Okay.
I can see.
Okay. I move too quick.
Yes.
It's like when I walk the prairie too. It's too fast. Well, you can tell I'm not an actress then, can't you? I don't know any better. Okay, so I have a little more left in here. I only made enough, hopefully. Make more than you need, okay? My thumb hurts too, the thumb pad. So I'm getting that in there too. And what does DeQuervain come from? Overuse. A lot of women get it. And that was one of the reasons I had sore wrists at the house when I was digging and planting and weeding a lot. Okay, now you see I'm trying to get the front of my wrist here, and this wants to fall, so I keep pushing on it. Okay, I'm pretty much done now. So if you made it too mushy, then it would slide off. So just keep water like this at the side and mold it. Okay, so now I'm ready to wrap. I already put my wrap down, probably about 18 inches here, just to go around my wrist. So you have to just kind of play with how much you need before you make this. And I do suggest getting your wrap ready. I have a couple pieces of tape here ready. And also, because it's my thumb, I put a hole in this plastic. Did you see that? I put a hole in the plastic so my thumb can come through and I can start wrapping. Getting that, babe? Can you see? And of course, Saran wrap sticks to everything, so you still have time to play with it. So now I'm wrapping it around, making sure I get it tighter at the wrist, and then tighter down by my thumb. And like I said, I'm going to keep this on for 2 hours. So then I just place tape on it anywhere where the seam is so it stays on a little nicer. So now I have my Comfrey Poultice on here. I got plastic wrap a little farther than the poultice and farther up than the poultice, because then it won't leak as much. It shouldn't leak too much. So then I take my wrap and I'm going to wrap my hand and wrist. And yes, can you see the stains? I've used it a lot for Comfrey. When I left it on 24 hours, I went to bed with it on. That's what happened, and I fell asleep. But still, I had it on much too long. And if I'm wrong and there's an herbalist trying to entertain herself watching me, a novice, okay, that's it. See, I like this wrap that has the Velcro on one end. Dave and I pinned our old Ace bandages before, but now I have this on. I can clean up, carry on with my day, and then if I want to do something water involved in the next 2 hours, I just put my hand in a plastic bag, you know, like a grocery bag or whatever. So leave it on for 2 hours, take it off, it'll still be moist. What I do is take a little more water on the used Comfrey Poultice and you'll feel the sliminess, the mucilage to it. And I'd have aches other places, so I'm doing it up my arm, back on my hand. You have sore knees, put it on that, and then compost it. So I'm trying to get the most use out of it as possible. So I hope this helps with some of your pain too, or broken wrists or fractured toe or whatever. It is quite inexpensive and it works. It's not a pharmaceutical. So this is how I do it. You do your research. And I think I'll be telling you about how I make a calendula infusion, oil infusion. And I think I might be making a calendula tincture. So I don't have much calendula, so I dry it on a plate on top of my refrigerator, and then I have this jar, and I add my dry flowers to it. Oh, I was so hoping I could fill this jar this season. I don't know if I will be able to or not. It's very expensive. If you go to Mountain Rose Herbs to see the prices, I can't remember, but it was silly. I wanted a pound of it to last me the whole year, and I think it was like $151, something like that. Could be wrong, could even be more. But, so I'm growing my own pretty little flower. These are a little fresh right now, a calendula. Google it or look in your herb book. Very beneficial. I use it as a tea. I use it for a hair shampoo. But I'm going to show you how I make a tincture or an oil infusion coming up one of these weeks, okay? So take care. Thanks for stopping in. Oh, honey, wait. Show them the arrangement. Remember when I walked the prairie? Well, after walking the prairie, this is my arrangement I made. And cosmos are on the outside of my veggie garden, but everything else is on the prairie. The grasses, what kind of, I forgot what kind of little black-eyed Susan that is. And goldenrod, bone set. That was something new. That's on the prairie too. gray cone flowers, and that's it. That's my arrangement. Isn't that pretty? Free? Free. Free is good. Take care. See ya. Bye-bye.